Okay, with less than a week to go before our first exam in the testing center, I just wanted to point out some things that you need to be prepared for. So, first of all, remember that you can always use the calendar and Blackboard to check when exam and quiz and homework deadlines are. So, next Tuesday, September 15th, is the exam deadline. You need to take the exam in the testing center no later than September 15th, but it is actually currently available. So as soon as you finish Compétence 4, you may go and open the exam and make your attempt. Remember also that there is a pacing calendar here. If you don't use the calendar that's in Blackboard, you can just check your due dates here. Chapitre préliminaire, deadline September 15th. If you go to Compétence 4 of Chapitre préliminaire P4 and you go all the way to the bottom, it has some advice for you about taking the exam. It also has a link to the instructional testing center where you'll want to, before you go, chapter exams must be taken in a secure testing center. You'll want to go follow this link and read all of the guidelines that tell you what you need, what to expect, what's not allowed, and so forth. When you get to the testing center and you get signed in and assigned a computer, you're going to look for something I can't show you on my personal computer. It's only in the labs, but it's called the Lockdown browser. It may also just say Blackboard Secure Testing, but it will have an icon that looks something like this. When you open it, it will look like a browser. You want to scroll to the bottom of our course navigation, log into Blackboard, scroll to the bottom of our course navigation, click on the Exams tab, and you'll see all of this semester's exams. Don't mess with any of the others. Go right to the first one. Examen préliminaire requires Respondus Lockdown browser. When you click on it, you will have a chance to continue, and then it will ask you for a password. Don't worry, the Respondus Lockdown browser will fill that in automatically for you. Once it does so, you can submit or continue, and you'll open the exam. I wanted to point out that it does say here multiple attempts. This test allows multiple attempts. That is not actually true. It's set that way as a preference so that if I'm away from a computer and testing center employee needs to move you to a different computer because there's some kind of technology problem, you won't have wasted that trip to campus. Because if I didn't set it like this, I would have to go to a computer to manually reset. But it does not mean that you really have multiple attempts. You should take this exam at the testing center in one sitting. If there's some kind of technology problem, go immediately to the testing center staff and tell them about it. They have my cell phone. They'll call me and I'll tell them what I want you and the testing center to do. And this is then open so that they have the freedom to do that. But you do only have one attempt. The last thing that I wanted to point out is that however you've been making your accent marks in your quizzes in your interro at your home computer, it will be different in the testing center. At the top of the Respondus Lockdown browser, there is a little accented capital letter A. That is your accent key. It will open up a menu of accent marks that you'll use during your testing experience in a testing center. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, send me an email or drop into office hours. And bonne chance avec l'examen!